Hello and welcome back to another episode here on Judith Plains. Well, today we are starting our planting season. We're going to be putting corn and sorghum into all of our fields today. We've already brought back the Kubota front loader from the ethanol plant. We've already been up to the store and picked up 2 bags of fertilizer. We spent $3,840 on this 2 bags, but just now we can pick up both, but it needs to be right at the end of the forks so we can pick it up higher. That's probably pushing the limit of what this thing can do. Now here's the next issue we have, is the height that this can go. I didn't really plan for this, and this isn't going to work. Oh no. Well, that's a bit of a shame. So we do need something with a higher reach. This is handy for pallets. So the only thing I could think to do with this is if we position 1 bag on the forks. I'm not sure how easy this is going to be, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. We'll need to bring that forks in a bit. If this works, then it works. If not, then we need to still find another bit of equipment, like a telehandler, for this. So yeah, we can load bales with it, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to load bags of fertilizer. Oh well, it kind of worked there. Maybe we need to butt it up against something to get underneath it. We're going to end up breaking the machine. I think that has kind of worked. Whether or not it loads it in, that's a different story. It does. Oh well, we've kind of got a way to do it, although it's it's not right, and we probably burst the bag in several places doing this. But it does take it. I think 1 bag will do just now. We don't need to fill it full. So we'll just leave that there. Right, now we can get started with planting. So we have figured out what we're going to be doing. Let's jump into the mini map here. So this big field 9, field 10 here, and field 2, the big ones, are all going to be corn because we need more corn than we do of sorghum. Because we need to have corn and dry corn. And then fields 7 and 3 will be sorghum. Next year, hopefully we can expand and get bigger fields like field 20, 24, 13 if we can catch it in time, and 17 as well. Because we will need quite a lot next year, because hopefully we're going to be doing some grass as well. Right, let's get started for here. We'll get working away doing this planting, and we'll see you in a bit once the fields are all done. We'll do a little bit of a time lapse. Well, we've purchased this roller. It was $46,500. It's not the biggest one in game, but it means this tractor can pull it. We also spent $13,440 on 7 bags of fertilizer, which completed those contracts. We still have a bit left over. In fact, while I mention that, let's go and complete the contracts because we only have $1,699 left in the bank. So we'll go here. So field 102, $11,362. Field 28, $19,318. And field 86, $31,313. So now we're back up to $63,000. We're going to go and complete the rolling of all of our fields and then jump into tomorrow, because tomorrow we need to fertilize all of our fields apart from field 2, I believe it is. We'll just double check that. Yeah, field 2 is fully fertilized. Field 9 has 1 stage, so we're going to leave field 9. We're going to do field 7, 3, and the other half of field 10, but because it's going to be tomorrow, it's probably going to do a second fertilizer on the edge of this one, field 10 as well. That's where we ran out of fertilizer with the drill. So we are going to go and, oh, that's it ready. Right, I'll need to set up a GPS thing. We'll get all of our fields done. In fact, I'll do that now. Then we need to go and check the store, not the store, sorry. Right, that's that. We need to check the ethanol plant. Just under 5,000 litres of dry corn left, but that shouldn't take too long to get rid of. And it's at a really good price right now as well. It's meant to be in May, but right now instead of $12,616 per 1,000 litres, it's $12,721. So just now we got $56,500 worth of ethanol sitting there. So we could potentially sell that later on today, but we'll keep an eye on the price. We may do it tomorrow if it's better, but we'll just have to wait and see. Right, I'm going to get cracking on, get our fields rolled, because this is going to take quite a while to do. And then we'll go and see potentially about selling the rest of the ethanol today, and then jump into tomorrow, get some fertilizing done. And because there's not much to do apart from contracts, we'll probably just do a quick time lapse between now and I'm hoping to get very close to harvest so that we can potentially purchase a harvester. It may well be leased, but we'll see when that time comes. Right, let's get on with this and we'll see you in a little bit. Well, that has completed our fields, but now we're filling up at the new fuel bund we've got here. So it's a 15,000 litre bund. We put in 2,000 litres, or it should have been 2,000 litres. We got 1,945. No, there's no other ones. I don't know what's happened there. Oh well. Well, we put 2,000 litres of fuel in. That was $3,300, and the tank itself was $16,000 as well. We were going to go for the bigger one, but it was I think it was just over $30,000 for it. And we don't have the need for a 25,000 litre capacity just now. So this one's plenty at 15,000. And it's because we've not got much equipment to fill up. So it seemed reasonable to get that one just now. Right, we're going to park the roller here. We took on 2 fertilising contracts. They're both around $30,000 each. So a pretty good figure for us, and that kind of pays back for the diesel we've put in and the new bund as well. So we'll drop that there. We're going to head off and do this fertilising contract. Then, as I said earlier, we are going to skip through the months and try and get ourselves to harvest season, where hopefully, just doing fertilising contracts alone, we're able to purchase a harvester. But we do need to get a bigger tractor for next year. So I'm debating if we are going to finance a combine and header, but we do need 2 headers as well. We need the normal header for the grains, for the sorghum, and we need a corn header as well. I've just noticed we don't have much fertilizer left. I think in that corner in the shed, that's seeds and herbicide, I believe. So we need to buy more fertilizer. I forgot to check that. That must be what's left out of the bags we bought last time. We'll just quickly check down the front. Yeah, it looks like seeds and herbicide. Yeah, we don't have any. Right, we have to head up to the store first to get this, but that's fine because our contracts are up beside the store. They're not too far away from there. So we're going to head up there, grab some fertilizer. We'll probably fill this up so it's full again for coming back down the road. And we'll go and get these contracts done. Jump into tomorrow. In fact, now that it's later on today, let's have a quick check and see. Oh, it's almost 40,000 for one of them and almost 33,000 for the other. So our ethanol, 64,000 value now, but it's still the best price in May. So this may still, it says it's coming down now, but we'll keep an eye on it tomorrow. We may sell them tomorrow. There's not an urgent need for the money, but we need to sell it before the price starts dropping down again. And then obviously we've got to wait until harvest time because the corn is going to run out pretty soon, the dry corn. Right, let's go and get this harvested. It's April. Let's go get this fertilizing contracts done and we'll skip through the months and hopefully see you at harvest. Well, that's been an eventful few months. We're now on the 2nd day of June. I'll have to read back through my notes in just a second to see what we've done, but the yard does need a bit of a clean up and we need to clean some implements. At the moment we are fueling up the truck because we are heading up to the store to pick up something from the sale. So we're going to see you up there in just a second, but first before we do that we're going to complete some contracts. We did do a couple of extra contracts just to build up the money because this was in the store. I was just going to purchase it and then see you just before harvest and kind of unveil what we bought, but I thought it's too good to be true, so I have to get it on video to show you that it is in the sale and it is genuine. But back in March, I believe it was, or the 1st of April when we planted, we bought 9 bags of fertilizer and got a total of $72,387 for fertilizing contracts. On the 2nd day of April, we bought another 7 bags of fertilizer. We got a total of just under $85,500 for the contracts and $90,385 for the ethanol that's sold. We also stopped the ethanol plant on the 2nd of April. It's still stopped because we ran out of dry corn, so we're kind of just waiting for that again after harvest, and that's been stopped for a while as well, the corn dryer. So that was all on the 2nd of April. We fertilized all of our fields. which if we go to here, you can see 9, 7, 2, 3 and 10 are all fully fertilised now. We have put 2 applications on apart from field 2. It was already fully fertilised, so that was kind of handy as well. On the 1st of May, we bought this one here. We bought the Rotocare V12400 weeder. That was $36,000, but 12.4 metre working width and quite a good working speed as well, 16 miles an hour. So we've already used that on our fields because the weeds were small, and we've also done a contract as well. Where are we? Contracts. So that one there, that was a weeding contract we just completed. So it has paid for itself with that one contract alone. On June the 1st, we bought another 2 bags of, we bought 10 bags of fertilizer in total. We did fields 57 and 58, which was 16,600 and 20,400. Cultivated field 104, that was $25,443, but we rented the equipment for that because it was a bigger cultivator. And not long ago in the time lapse, a tornado hit. But it was down this corner of the map here and it took out quite a few trees. That's where, along this road, there's a road somewhere here that we were on. That's where we seen it. So it wasn't near the farm, which was fortunate to say the least. So let's complete these. I think that's us up to date. Cultivated field June the 2nd, which is today. That's us caught up now. So today, cultivated field 48 and 68. 29,100 for field 48 and 22,500 field 68. Both had a $600 lease cost. Weeding field 35, which is, right, that's us caught up now. So weeding field 35, we didn't lease the equipment, we used that one we bought earlier in the seasons. $43,649 for that. Mowing, we got I think it was a big crone. I think it was a big crone mower. That one to complete that. So that really didn't take long for that. It's a big field, but it didn't take long. $22,103. It was only a $200 lease cost. Finally, to catch up, field 75 cultivated that one. We did lease well, we didn't lease it, but we leased it from the farmer. It was the big case quad track and the big Summers chisel, I think it's called. $400 lease cost for that gives us $63,834. So that is a big boost to what we need. So now we have $444,415 in the bank. Now we're going to finish fueling up here and we're going to head up to the store. But we need to fuel up first, don't we? We'll fuel this up. We need to go and take it straight in to get serviced, I believe, just so it is ready because we're going to need it pretty soon. So now that's us fueled up, let's head up to the store. We'll see you up there in a minute to see what we've made a purchase of. Well, that's us here now. We're just going to leave the trailer here and disconnect the truck. I don't know if there is any additional things we can do with it. That's why I tried to get a little bit more than we need to purchase it. We'll just turn this off because we are going to need to go and service it. Right, let's go and see what we made a purchase of. In saying that, we need to actually purchase it first before we go in and get it. So it's going to appear out here. Right, so there's a couple of things. I was very tempted to get this, but there isn't a corn header for it in the game. Not that I can find anyway. I don't know if there's a mod or not, so that was very tempting. However, this big case AF11 showed up in the sale at 53% off. Now, just for comparison, let's take a quick look here. The AF11 is $740,000 without any extras. So that is a massive saving. That is why we pushed through to do a few more contracts. We were just going to skip through the months a bit quicker, maybe do a few fertilizing and that's it, but we took on a few more. This is why. So now all we need is 2 headers. We need a corn header and a grain header. But I don't think there is much in the way. That is a monster machine. I can't believe we are away to make this purchase this early in our series. The biggest, most expensive harvester in the game. So the wheels, I think, I don't know if it comes with tracked versions, but I think we're just going to keep the standard. Yeah, the standard wheels are fine. It looks like a wide wheel on the back as well. So we can't change the actual front wheels to tracks. So I thought they maybe would have came with LSWs, but maybe not. The pipe, we're probably going to need to get a longer pipe because we are going to get larger headers. Right, so that's only 2 options. Well, we've only got $2,000 of add-ons. So for $348,313. Oh, we can actually finance this as well. I thought you could only finance brand new. Well, there's no point in doing that. We can finance headers if we need to when it comes to it. So let's make this purchase, $348,313. That leaves us with $96,102. And just for an idea, it will be, if we go here, combinations. So we were originally going to go with this corn header that folds up so we don't need a trailer and it's easier to maneuver with a combine, but it's only 9 meter working width. Whereas this one is 13. Speed is the same. This one is a little bit heavier, but we've got a bigger working width. And then obviously the only reel we can get for grain headers is this one here, the Flex Draper, which is 15.2 meters. But to get this and this one, it's $300,000. I can't see us getting that by the time harvest comes. There is another fertilizing contract came through. There's quite a lot of harvesting contracts, but it is all spinach, or it was at least. It is spinach. That would be a very good one to get. That's one header paid for outright, but that is a massive field to do with such a small working width machine. That's going to take a whole episode at least to do. There's a ploughing one, another mowing one. That is a potential, maybe a spraying contract. There is a weeding contract, but we don't have that equipment. In fact, that's probably not going to take too long to do with that size of equipment. So we may take that on, but that's probably going to be in the next episode. Right, let's jump in and take a look at this monster Case AF11. That is a massive machine. Can't believe we've got that. Episode 8 already. And we have, I wouldn't say brand new, but it's very close. What have we got? 24 hours on it. Now here's the fun bit. How much is servicing going to be? Because it's not new, but it's only got 24 hours on it, and it's the biggest, most expensive one in the game. The servicing department's around here, so let's nip in there and see how much this is going to cost us. Well, they've made that doors to fit, haven't they? That was just going in there. I think that will do. We don't want to damage the pipe already. Right, let's go here. Oh, wow. $30,854. Well, that you get big bills when you have big expensive equipment like this, so we're going to have to repair it. That's $30,854. We're not repainting it because that's almost $100,000. But it is now in fantastic condition. So that is what we need. And it is ready for harvest now. All we need is headers. So that was a small fortune we have just paid. But now we are set for harvest season. We just need... Whoa, that was close. I nearly took the step off there. The doors really aren't made for this big equipment here. Right, oh, and I did it. I didn't think about it, and I've just hit the pipe. Oh, no. It would have been much worse if it was brand new. But still, it's new to us. It's the most expensive thing I think we've purchased for the farm to date, I think. Right, we're going to get this loaded on, take it back down to the farm. And we are going to skip forward. I was turning the steering wheel the wrong way there. We're going to skip forward a month, maybe 2, and see if we can't get ourselves into harvest season. I really need a trailer that... This isn't going to fit on, is it? I'm not going to get hooked into that. Oh, you need a bigger trailer as well for moving the combine? Surely not. We'll try it there, see if we can get connected to that. This is going to look really ridiculous on this. Bearing in mind, the most things we've taken on this is, what was it, the cultivator or something? With a tractor? Or the lime spreader, wasn't it? This is seriously wide. Oh no. I think we're going to maybe have an issue here. Nope, that has just made it. Right, let's strap that down. Yeah, that's very wide indeed. I would say borderline illegal. We need to take the second jewel off at least. Right, let's get this back down to the farm. We are going to get organised for harvest season. We'll just turn that off. Well, we've got the lights figured out, but all I can see in the mirrors is just combine. Oh, this is going to be a fun run back to the yard anyway, that is for sure. Right, let's see if we can get out of here. The truck needs a wash as well, you can barely see out of the windows. I'm going to have to take a wide swing and take up probably most of the road. Yeah, it is just combine and combine. Oh no. I can't see what's coming that way either. Well, let's go for it. As long as we don't hit anything, we're going to be okay. The signs at the side of the road is the next issue. We can't even see them. Let's take a look outside. Oh, we're plenty of room. I think we're going to have to sit somewhere around here. Right, let's head back down to the yard now. Oh no, there's signs and a car at one side. It just fits. It's close, but at least we're on the map for the roads like this. Oh well, one big machine en route back to the farm, so we'll see you there. And we will finish things up for this episode. Well, here we are finally back at the yard. We did take out a couple of signposts with a tyre on the right hand side there, but nothing too major. So that's good. Right, let's get this sorted out here. And we'll put this straight into the shed. I don't think we need these lights now. There we go. Right. We did get the hazards working, it was the wrong button. It's the one on the steering wheel, I believe, which is indicators there, and this is beacons. There we go, that's it working now. Alright, turn all the lights off. Well, the battery's not died, that's a good sign. Perfect. Right, we'll get this straight in here and have to find space for it. This just dwarfs anything we have, even that big Massey tractor. I don't even know where we're going to store it, to be honest. Well, we won't need that. We won't need the Super B trailers, I don't think. Not yet, anyway. So we could leave that maybe there. That'll do. Perfect. Well, ending this episode on a brilliant one. A Case AF11 harvester. Back home and purchased. So now all that's left is two headers. Need a corn one and a grain one. But that will be in the next episode. We're going to get this hooked back up. We're going to wash some equipment. Probably park it outside maybe. We might need some bits of the equipment. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, that will do for this episode. We've accomplished quite a bit. Bought some new bits of equipment, which is good. And the best thing is we just bought the harvester as well, which is kind of the main bit of kit we needed. Now all that's left is a tractor, which is next on the cards, and at this rate probably going to be financed because we're going to have the header expenses as well, which if we don't finance them is going to be the best part of $300,000 just themselves. I don't know what I'm trying to do here, but I'm trying to get into the side out of the way, but not on the grass in case it rains. That'll do there. Perfect. Right, I'll get some of these washed up and we'll see you in the next episode where we hopefully will get a start on harvesting. We're going to skip through the months a little bit, I think. We will do a couple of contracts. Oh, there is a spreader there. We will do a couple of contracts, but when we come back after some time lapses, we will show you how much we got. I think we've completed everything. I think we did that just before we bought the combine, didn't we? There's a couple to do there. Probably the fertilizer one, maybe a cultivating one. I think there's spraying and something else as well. But that is for the next episode. But I hope you enjoyed this one. I thought I seen something else down there. Maybe not. Anyway, that'll do for this episode. I'm going to get a few things washed up, so I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon for the next one. Thank you very much for watching.